or I'm going to be talking about my Red Blue Girlfriend beta deck. First climaxes. Run 4 blue stock souls. The climax come with level 1 in the deck, and 4 doors, just because plussing is nice. Level 3s. 1 Fumio. She's on play, pay 1, look at your opponent's waiting room, pull out 2 cards, and then your opponent refreshes their deck without those 2 cards. So you play this on the turn after you notice your opponent's triggered a climax or 2. You've got a couple climaxes in their waiting room, so you just make them refresh with hopefully 3, 4 climaxes in their deck. Run 3 Saya. She is a level 3 early play. The condition is if you have 4 or more blue characters on the field, she's -1 level in hand. And she's got a little downside. The turn she's played, she has -1500 power, so she's 8/5 the turn you play her. But after your opponent's draw step, if she's in the front row, you can give any of your characters, any of your characters in the front row plus 4000 power. So it helps you wall up at level 3. Then lastly, 4 pumpkins. On play heal. When she reverses your opponent's character in battle, you can pay 3 stock, discard 1 card, and your opponent burns 5. So pumpkin's really good with Saya, because on your opponent's turn, you can give pumpkin 4000 power with Saya, and then it makes it really hard for them to attack over your pumpkin, because they risk being burned for 5 on their turn. So more often than not, I've had opponents just side endure for nothing, or side endure hoping to trigger, and it just helps you draw out your level 3 game a lot longer. Level 2s. 3 Kokomi. She has a on-play bond with Pumpkin. Discard a character and get Pumpkin back from your waiting room. She has a level assist, and then she has the ability to rest and give 1 Pumpkin plus 2500 power until the end of turn. You also need her in play to activate Pumpkin's burn ability. And we play 1 anti-change sack counter. So it's pretty much the same thing as the Nisekoi anti-change sack counter. You pay 2 stock after you pay the 1 stock for playing the counter. You sacrifice one of your characters, and then you can, if your opponent's character is higher than their level, you can send it to waiting room. But you mostly use it to sack your character to prevent them from being reversed by a nasty on reverse effect like Marika restand. Also, you prevent Marika from restanding. Level 1s. 4 Police Brutality Kokomi. She combos with the blue stock soul. When you play the climax, she gets plus 2000 power until the end of your opponent's next turn. And then when she reverses your opponent's character in battle, you can search your deck for a blue character, add it to hand. And we run 4 of these. It's 4500 power base, plus 500 for each girl trait character you have on your field. So she's usually 6500. It's just a generic costless beater. And then we run this back row. She is 1000 power to all your blue characters during your opponent's turn, and then you can rest her to give one of your characters plus 1000 power at the end of turn. And then you run 2 of these scaling punches, 1000 plus 500 times your level, so 1500 at level 1, 2000 at level 2, 2500 at level 3. And then I run a 1 of this thing. Its ability is you can discard climaxes from your hand, and for each climax you discard, she gets 1000 power until the end of turn. And the ability, when she reverses your opponent's character in battle, you draw a card for each climax you discarded. The deck doesn't really have very many discard outlets, so climaxes and stuff can clog your hand pretty badly. So it's just a way to get rid of climaxes before refresh. Level 0s. Run 2 different kinds of level 0 bomb. This is when it's sent to the waiting. It's a level 0 reverser, and then when it's sent to waiting room, you can pay 2 stock to salvage a character. And this one is you can pay 1 stock to send a opponent's level 0 character in the front row to the waiting room. So it gets rid of Hibiki without activating the effect. It gets rid of runners really well, and it gets rid of like other little things like stock reversers that would normally send this to stock instead of hit. Then we run two of these. On play, discard a card, search for a blue character. Three Kokomi, on play, mill two cards. If it's a climax, rest her, and she's a 3,500 beater with hand on core. She's also fairly useful late game when you want to thin your deck or just mill through. We run four Fumio, arguably the best level 0 in the deck. She has two abilities. On play, look at the top card of your deck, leave it there, or send it to the bottom, and then reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a girl trait character, add to hand, then discard a card. And lastly, we run three copies of this Brainstormer. It's a global 500 on your opponent's turn, and then it's a rest 2 Brainstormer, and for each climax you reveal when you brainstorm, it you can search your deck for one blue character. So this deck is really strong at level 1. Lets you build a lot of advantage at level a lot of advantage, and you just kind of keep your field around because your stuff gets really big on your opponent's turn. So they're usually siding you or just crashing field into you. So how you get that big is ideally you run something. You'll have now in the back row and like one of these. So on your opponent's turn, this is a global 1/5, and then you have like 3 of her. So then on your opponent's turn, these are 8k global, 8k, and it's really hard to get over, and you're not really refilling your field, so your stuff sticks around. You're not blowing your hand by having to replay a lot of cards, and a lot of your stuff is costless. So it's not rare for you to get to level 3 with 8 to 12, if not more, stock, and you just kind of blow it there. Yeah, the deck is stupid good.